Right, just get it all out of your system.
You're starting.
I know,
All right.
but you sometimes can't hold your water.
Can I have my water?
You're like, like up your clown. Right, you ready? You feeling okay? What's up, guys? Welcome back to this beautiful.
Wait, start that again.
Oh, for fuck!
I was itching my fucking face.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to this amazing podcast and this beautiful sunny day.
Finally, I think it's the first one we've done this way.
It is. It's not actually that warm, but we're going to make it sound like it's warm. We've got the window open.
Yeah, no, it's roasted, tropical.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, welcome back, and yeah, we'll get straight into it.
Yeah, so I want to talk about one thing that I've had that I come across, and it's actually on my phone, right? So it's it's an advice, right? But I wouldn't drink right now. You'll see why. So the title of it. Just alone is too much, right? So this is advice, genuine advice that we've been asked here. We've got a wee bit of it, so I'm just going to get into it. I'm just going to read it. My friend smells like shit, and it's capital shit.
It is capital shit,
right? Right, let's get into it. I'm just lost it. Right, I'm going to just read it the way it's written.
Hopefully it writes it nicely.
Oh, no, it's not.
Right, go on.
Alright, here's the situation. Don't read ahead if you're eating. Don't read ahead if you're eating.
Alright.
My friend of 4 years smells like Dookie.
Smells like what?
Dookie. And I don't know how to tell her.
It's a... Oh, no.
I genuinely don't know how I've gone this long being in her presence. Here's a couple of stanky encounters for reference. Right. Number one. The first time she came over, my sister walked into the room and immediately said, "Why does it smell like shit in here?" And I think when she realised there was no food present, she understood and immediately slammed the door shut and left. Number two. Never seen her brush her teeth once.
Oh, God.
We have sleepovers way too often for her to skip out on this, and this is too much. 3. My other friend sits next to her in class, and she quite literally told me she can smell her friend's bits every time she opens her legs slightly, like pungently. She said it smelled like rotten fish. Her ex-boyfriend fully made a diss track song about her and published it with the chorus being "Yeah, she a stanky bitch."
That was the chorus.
That's the chorus of the diss track. And she still could not seem to understand that it was clearly not a fictional line.
She's like, I wonder where he's got that from.
Where the fuck's that coming from? Oh, and here is the most recent dilemma, the icing on the cake, some may say. 5. Last weekend, we were on a double date, and we opened her boot to get the bags out of her car. And she had piles of skid-marked underwear with literal cheese and shit spread across them. We all looked at each other in pure shock and disgust, and she had no shame. Guys, please help. I'm genuinely thinking of hiring someone to tell her. This has been an ongoing issue, and I don't want to embarrass her by saying it straight up. I just know something about her hygiene must change. Any advice? This went ham.
There's no advice I can give here. There's no advice. It's all full frontal assault from me.
I didn't even think about what I would say or do or whatever. I just...
What would you say? What would you say if it was someone else?
I just seen that. I burst out laughing and I thought, that is excellent content.
What would you say if it was one of your mates?
I mean, we're pretty brutally honest to each other.
Well, it's not going to be me, so what? I need to be one of your other mates.
Yeah, well, that's true, but we're all of us are pretty straight up. So if I smelt some shit, I'd be like, listen, you smell like shit. Like...
Well, we say to you all the time, you never take any notice.
Is this you writing this about me?
Yeah.
But I just thought it was quite funny. So I thought I'd bring it up, but I didn't actually have any advice to offer. I just
I have a kind of like, what do you want us to do?
I know, like literally, just tell your friend.
Throw her in the shower.
I know, just wash her.
Throw her in the
Literally,
shower.
you just need to wash her. That's it.
Yeah, throw her in the shower. Because there's no fixing that.
There's nothing you can't really do.
You
much about
can't
it.
like. Do you know what? I'll tell you a story. Right?
Tell me a story, bro.
There was.
This is lovely. I forgot how nice these are.
I think it was at my work. Was it at my work? It was, I think. Yeah, it was. So the cleaner at my work, right? No names will be mentioned here, but the cleaner at my work, right? Being the last, Christ, I've been at work like 8 years. Being the last like 8 years, right?
Mm.
There was a cleaner that used to come in, so he used to clean obviously all the hall and that where I was in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And there's like a change room, like a locker room, prior to going into the like actual workspace. So like you go through the locker room, go through the changing area, and then go into the workspace. And you used to shit you not, right? You used to go in and like nearly fall off your feet. Like it was stinking.
Right.
Right? And it was BO.
Right, okay.
But like
Ridiculous.
unfathomably strong.
Right.
Like I've got a pretty strong nose. And honestly, I was like, oh my god, like I can't eat. Like,
yeah,
right. And like everyone smelled it, so it wasn't just like an individual. It was like everyone was like, Jesus Christ,
like what's going on here?
Yeah. So like, I think their boss eventually like got told, and then they had to say them like twice or 3 times, and nothing changed. Right.
Right.
And then, one of the girls in my in the same bit as me, she ended up buying air fresheners and all that for the for the
right.
hallway. So like the change room and all that, like the wee ones that go right, and out of our own money just to make it a wee bit better, and it still like did not make a big difference.
This reminds me of a time when I worked in like maybe this was like 10 years ago. I worked in a place, and we had a receptionist, right?
Right.
And she was like, she must have had no hygiene at all because
humming.
Oh mate, all the time, just BO, just BO central, eh? And then so the receptionist, right? And so we were all under the same manager for front of house. So I said to him, I was like, here, do you smell that? And he's like, yeah. And he's like,
I hate that. Yeah.
He's like, yeah. I'm like, well, listen, we're in a 5-star hotel here, like. Okay,
people aren't coming in for smells like that.
We got tourists from America and all that, like rich people and all this shit. Like, this is not good. Like, he's like, no, I know, I'm going to have a word with her. And I'm like, how do you have a word with someone
sooner rather than later? Be great
about that. Like in a workplace when you're a supervisor and there's a female or anyone really.
You have to just be like, look,
sort yourself out.
It's been mentioned a couple of times. Like,
yeah, you can do it in a polite manner, I guess. But
try and do it in a polite manner.
It's never a.
Try and do it in a polite manner.
Aaron, we've had a few. And I'm sorry to.
As if I'm your manager. As if you're my manager.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do.
There you go.
We've unfortunately had a few complaints, and I mean it in the nicest way possible. You need to do something about. You can't. you need to do something about your personal hygiene because there's. Crying straight away. Sued, sacked, everything. But
you've got a.
She never changed, by the way. She was like that for the 2 years I was there. She was stinking there until 2 years.
Smoked her 9 times, nothing.
Literally. Guy, I don't think he actually ever did speak to her, to be fair, because it's like no one really knew how to approach it, and no one really got paid enough to care either. But we were like, mate, like I can't breathe.
That's terrible.
I know, so it wasn't.
I can't deal with that. Like I struggle with that.
Yeah.
Like hygiene is key.
Yeah.
Because the guy at my work, right, who was about like, we actually all started like suspecting like, I don't think this guy's having a shower in that. Like I think that's what it is. Like his hair is always quite greasy and all that. Like I'm not saying that, but it just started putting a couple of the additions together, eh?
Yeah.
And you're like,
you're trying to.
Does this guy know having a shower in the morning? Like, what's happening?
Right. But then it's like, I sometimes think like if people are like that, like whether it stems from like, are they depressed? Is there something going on in their life?
No, it's worse, mate. Is they had deodorant in his locker, and he used to open his locker. But what was worse was he used to go like this with his t-shirt to put the deodorant under, and it like opened this like to then the big
Waft
like and it like it was fucking horrendous.
Right.
I was actually a terrible time.
Right. Okay.
Terrible time in my life.
Nah, I don't know how people can. I don't know if people actually smell it themselves, because that lassie, she was a normal. Normal. I say normal. Like she was. She
Oblivious.
she just didn't. She didn't think of anything of it. I don't know if she was just used to it from like the whole life doing it, or I don't.
Damn, girl, you honk.
Well, I don't know. But anyway, I want to change the subject real quick, right? So,
Off smells.
off smells, yes. However, we're getting into some fishy discussion anyway, so we might as well just keep
Stop.
it up.
Stop now. I know what he's going to talk about, and you aren't going to like it. But go on.
Shut up! You just stop
Come
being
on,
a hater.
Aiden. Come on.
Stop being a hater. Eh?
Right, hurry up. You got a minute 30 from
Shut
now.
up. I'll take my time. Right, so I've came across a new game recently. It's called Dredge, and I'll put it up on the screen right here so you can see it. Aaron, for some reason, has like
Not just Aaron.
okay, well, because you're here. Aaron, for some reason, has some sort of a, I don't know, hatred towards this game or some sort
Oh, there's
of
no hatred.
it's just absolute despise of this game.
Chris has sold us a game, right?
No, hold
and
on.
said it's the best game since ever, right? And we're all like, all right, okay. So jumped on, watched the trailer, spewed. I was like, what are you talking about?
Can I tell my fucking game?
Tell you about.
Right.
There's no hatred there. I'm just
There's
concerned.
because every time I bring it up, you're like, kill me.
Aye, it's like when someone like brings up like rotten eggs. Like, people are like, oh.
Right, anyway, let's get to it. It's called Dredge. It's an atmospheric game about basically fishing. So, but it's got a wee twist to it. It's got a wee twist to it, right? It's got a wee twist. It's got a couple of stories there, and there's some side quests and stuff like that. And it's got a night and day cycle as well. And it's depends on how thingy you are to like horror stuff or whatever. It does have a wee bit of a creepy, eerie type aspect, like you don't know what's hiding around and all that kind of stuff, like a wee bit of a jump scare. And
Sometimes it's nighttime, so it's frightening. It's frightening.
no, there's stuff lurking in the darkness.
I know, I've seen it.
There's monsters and shit. There's like enemies and shit like that, right? So anyway, but I absolutely loved it. Like it's like I was saying to Aaron, it's like one of those games like when you're younger and you start playing something, you're just hooked on it immediately. It's like one of those ones for me. The trailer, I watched the trailer after I played the game because I sent it to him.
Put the trailer up for everyone.
I will, and I was actually about to say, I will not put the trailer up because I don't think the trailer does it justice. However, I did find that there is about 4 different trailers on Steam for this game. So I don't know if you've watched any more of them. You probably haven't.
Watched first one,
and
lost it.
So there's like 4 different videos for this game. I don't know why they made 4, but anyway.
Because they've seen the first one, I'm like, we're going to have to fucking
But the one that I sent you, the one you, I watched it as well, and I was like, they don't really say much about, they show a little bit of the mechanics and all that, but not much else. But basically the story is you're on the sea and there's a wee advert in the paper saying fisherman wanted, but then you're at night and you get lost in the mist and all that, the fog, and you end up just wrecking your boat. And you wash up on the shore in this little town, and the mayor comes out and he goes, well, that's cool, like you want to come and help us, that's fine, here's a boat, we can lend you it just now, use that, go out and come back, see what you catch. So you go out, catch your shit, come back, and he goes, right, okay, you've done really well, tell you what, you're hired, that's fine, but we know you don't have much money right now, so we're going to help you out. We'll give you the boat, and you can just pay us off for the boat as you fish. But it doesn't take long to pay off. It takes like, I don't know, maybe a couple of in-game days to pay it off, and it's done. Like,
how long's an in-game day?
Mate, the days are rapid, by the way. It's like, it's quick. Like, it's really quick. It's
have you done 6 or something since you finished?
I've done 134 days so far in the game. And I've only played the game for 11 hours.
He's finished it, by the way.
I finished the main story, the main story of it. There's side quests and stuff like that to be done still. So I need to get them completed. And there's about 5 achievements left as well to complete. And then that's the main story done. But I also bought the DLC, which expands the game more. So there's a new location now on the map, which is massive. and there's oil rigs and all that you help out with, and you can you can also like upgrade your boat. So you start off with a little tiny wee boat, and you can progressively upgrade it with like all different stuff and like different tier boats, and you can make your boat massive in the end. So mine's already fully upgraded and fully everything, right? You can also research stuff. You can research different equipment and then equip it into your boat. You can buy so much shit for it. You don't just look for fish. You look for like relics. You look for this. You look for that. Like loads of things. You explore the map. Explore things. You find people, like random people, just like stranded on islands and shit like that. And you help them with stuff, whatever. So it's not just fishing. Fishing's like the only way to kind of make money. But you can reel in fish, you can reel in like, you can find treasure and shit like that, or find like wee things that can make you money, like coins or necklaces.
So the fish look real?
No, so they do actually, and there's 100 and...
Because when I seen the characters, they didn't look
the
most real.
The graphics in the game...
That's looked quite depressing.
No, it's atmospheric, so it's not... It looks...
Like the people look like this.
They're quite serious looking, aye. Yeah, I mean the graphics are like cartoony to an extent, but nice.
Yeah,
they're really nice. They're really nice looking. To be honest, I'll be serious. They're really nice. But the fish, there's over 100 fish in the game that you can pick out from, and they're all categorized into different categories. So you need to have like the right equipment for the right fish. Yep. Otherwise, you can't pull it out, or you can't even fish.
Like real life, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So honestly, it's very well thought out. The story is great. And I love it. I honestly love it. So I'm currently working on the oil rig story, and then I'll be moving on to the ice.
The ice place.
The ice place, yeah. So it's like a new place on the map. I haven't been to it yet, but you can go there, and I think it just transitions into like an icy place, and it's just all snow and ice everywhere. So that might be pretty cool.
I looked at the DLC for PlayStation. I think a wee bit cheaper. I think I can get them like $11.99 for.
Is that for the both? Like altogether? That's good, because I paid £8.
Well, no, that's for 3. There's a third one.
Oh yeah, so what I've done was I bought the.
You bought the better edition.
Yeah, so I've got the base game. I've got the Blackstone Key, which is one of them.
Aye, so the one I downloaded I got my one. I got with no DLC was free,
right?
Or I download the one with the Blackstone Key, but it was $19.99.
Yeah,
and I was like, nah.
I think I paid like a tenner for that.
So then I didn't,
because obviously Steam was.
So I didn't pay for that, if you know what I mean. I just got the game for free, but then if I want all 3 DLCs, it's like $11.99 or something.
That's what works out a lot better for you.
So like if I wanted to.
So I just bought the other 2. So now when I go into the game now, it says in the corner complete edition. And I'm like, all right, that's cool. So I've already started a wee bit. I've already got I think I've got 2 achievements in the oil rig game so far. Because I went up and done a wee bit, but I'm going to play it later and just put a bit of work into it. But honestly, fucking amazing game. And I really hope you try it. And I feel like you'll like it when you actually.
I'll try it.
Because the story, honestly, I kept on going, like, and you go and meet like different people in that, and you like different characters from each island, and they've all got something.
How do you know if you've done all the side quests? Like, is there like a thing that you can see?
So essentially what happens is you'll get the achievement for it. That's how you know.
But like, say I'd done them all bar 1, how would I know that there was one to go? So
there isn't a stats thing to check where you are, right? But see on the map it tells you like what's like, there's little crosses to see what's still outstanding or where you can go to do something or whatever. If you
there's something there.
Aye, but generally I haven't came across a bit when I'm like, I'm forgetting something. Where is it? Because it's not like that big that you're like, shit. It's like GTA when you're like, fuck.
There's something somewhere, but where is it?
Aye, literally, it's never like that. But the other good thing about it is as well is like none of the quests are like missions like in GTA, where you need to like.
And they're open.
It's all open, so it's like you don't need to. You're not engaged in a mission at all. You just go see someone. They tell you what's happening, and there's always multiple options, and there's multiple endings to the game as well.
Yeah, I've seen that.
Which is really cool.
4 endings or 5 endings or something.
There's 2 endings.
2 endings.
Yeah, but there's multiple choices.
I thought I seen that someone said there was 4.
None. Maybe it's to do with the DLCs, but the main game's 2 endings. And I've done them both. They're cool as fuck. And you get achievement for both of them as well. So that's good.
How have you done them both? You just save and then reload?
So this is the cool thing. So I wondered how that works, right? And the way it works is when you go to do the first one, it tells you progress will not be saved from here. Do you want to continue? And I click yes. And then it asks me again. I say yes, that's fine. So you go and do that.
Okay.
Right? Do the finishing and all that. It doesn't take long, 5 minutes or something for the ending scene. Right? And then you see like whatever happens, and then there's credits, right? You go to credits, finish that, and you go to the menu.
Okay.
And then you press continue.
And it just takes you right back to where you are.
Takes you right back to before you engaged in that last in the last scene, which is amazing. So then I went back to the other ending. It does the exact same thing. Do you want to continue? Blah blah blah. And it's not going to save all that shit, right? So I got the achievement for that one. Went round and done that one. Press OK. That's fine. Completed that ending. Back to credits. Back to the main menu. Press continue. You're right back where you.
And you just don't bother doing any endings.
And then that's you complete. You don't. That's it because it registered. That's that complete. So then you can just do whatever. So there's another achievement which is basically you need to catch. You discover all types of fish.
Yeah.
Because in the main menu, you press tab on the computer. I don't know what it is on thingy, but
it'll be the big button.
Probably. You get like the encyclopedia, right? And it tells you all the fish that you've caught, and then all the fish that you haven't caught are marked off like blank. So you need to catch them. Well, there's over 100. There's like 130 or something like that, mate. It's mad. And then there's the map. There's they're called pursuits. The quests are called pursuits. So you go on the pursuit list. That's another thing. Shows you exactly what you, because whenever you complete a quest or a pursuit,
does it show you pursuits that are like blocked out if you've not got them yet?
So no. So what it shows is it will show you active ones because they're not ticked, and the ones you've completed will be greyed out and ticked.
Yep.
Showing that they're being completed.
But active ones are only ones that you've
went and spoke to and like engaged in, if that makes sense, right? And the other one's the map, and then there's another one which is so you're given books. So some of the characters will give you books as like payment for helping them out or whatever. And then what you do is you read them passively, so you don't actually need to open them. You just click on them, and your guy will read them passively as he's sailing through the waters or fishing or whatever. And then it'll come up eventually that he's read it. And then each book will give you an increased ability. So, for example, one book gives you an ability to tinker with the engines, and then which increases your engine speed, which increases the boat speed. But you don't need to do anything. It all happens automatically. You're
just passively doing that. It's like
all passively, literally, pretty much. You don't even need to click anything because it will just happen automatically.
It just does it automatically.
Don't need to worry about fuel. Don't need to worry about hunger or any of that shit. Very chilled out. You know, you don't need to do a lot. You just enjoy it. That's it. It's an enjoy game. It's not a kind of grafting game. You don't need to.
Yeah.
You don't need to grind. You don't need to grind at all. You just play through it, and you just enjoy it. And that's what I like about it. It's class. Honestly,
I'll try it.
Good.
Because I'm a believer in trying things.
Yeah.
I know you say you're going to try them, but you never do.
Well, can I just say
you have? He's tried one game, right? But
right. And I like it. It's good. It is good.
In fact, no, he's tried 2 games.
2?
He's tried Payday as well.
Oh yeah, Payday is class.
Payday 3, which I've now platinumed, by the way. I don't know if I can't remember if I mentioned that.
What's that
on the thing? Wait, I will. I'll tell you exactly what the platinum was. I don't think I got that on the last fucking podcast. I think I was 1 away.
Right.
And it was an absolute pain. And it must have been because I needed Chris for the last trophy.
That's right.
So I must have been 1 off on the last trophy.
That's the one that we all got, yeah.
Aye, the 4. You need 4 people to do it.
Right. You got it quite easy.
We did. It is easy. It's just you need 4 people. Yeah. Nippy. It's called Most Wanted. So I'm now planning on Payday 3. So just to give the heads up, I'm now sitting on 11 out of 24, and I actually took a bit of a break.
I mean, you're well ahead, so you know.
Yeah, we're only like halfway.
Bro, we're in March.
I know.
We're in we're a quarter of the year.
I did that about 2 weeks ago, and I'm about halfway.
Yeah, no, you're doing.
And I just feel like I'm cool.
Yeah, you're saying.
Like I like comfortably.
You're almost halfway there in a quarter of the year.
Yes, so and I'm sitting also with Jack and Daxter, which I'm about just under halfway through trophy-wise. and and I've only played 4 hours of it, right? Because it's a short game. Because it was like a PS2 game. So like those games were much shorter, right? Burnout Paradise, which I'm considerably of the way through, and all the DLCs I'm doing on Burnout Paradise as well. But I need a couple of trophies. I need other people to play it.
Right. Okay.
So I'm trying to get Jordan to buy it. It's £2.99. I still won't fucking buy it.
Is it cross-platform?
Unsure. I would need to look. It's remastered, so it might be now.
I don't think it ever even came out on PC.
Well, they remastered it recently.
I've never seen it on PC anywhere, so I don't think it came out on PC. But anyway.
High on Life, I'm still just kind of sauntering through. Probably 25% through it, but it's fine. Like, I'll work my way through that. High on Life's good because basically the whole like story is the trophies. So they're all sort of like open games, which I've just got sitting open. So there's another free easy, right? So there's like 14. Plus Ghost of Tsushima, which I'm still playing, fantastic. And Chris is now playing.
I'll be honest, I'm sad that I didn't download it sooner. Like,
It's such a good game.
It was really, do you know what I really liked about it so far, right? Because I've only played like 5 hours or something into it. What I like about it so far, well, the initial...
You're playing it in Japanese as well, aren't you?
The initial factor was, so when you open the game, it asks you like, do you want to play this game in English language with English subtitles? Do you want to play it with Japanese language, English subtitles? Or there's another mode which is like complete black and white, like proper samurai style Japanese.
Yeah, it's cool.
So I actually opted for the Japanese language with the English subtitles.
Yeah, mine's in colour. Mine's in colour.
In colour as well. Because I wanted to have a more immersive and authentic experience.
Yeah, I did
in Japanese. And I was so glad I picked that because I was like watching the cutscenes and all that, and it feels like a movie almost.
See, I think if the cutscenes were in English, I actually don't feel as immersed by them.
Exactly, because I watched a video of the couple of the first scenes, like the opening scenes, which was in English language, and it didn't grab me as much. It wasn't as nice. Like, it wasn't as interesting because you're playing a game with that kind of background. You want to have that kind of language. You know what I mean? Like that authenticity with it.
How far have you got?
Where are we now? I got to the Golden
Temple.
Upgraded my sword. Upgraded my.
So you're bottom half of the map still.
Yeah, I'm still at the bottom of the map. Yeah.
So there's three sections. The whole bottom half is one section. Then the top half is split into two.
Right.
And basically, you'll see on the achievement list. So like, I can actually tell you what they're called. Right. They're basically called. It's like three. So it's one island, but three different locations within the island. Right. Yeah. So they are called. And then there's a separate island because we've got the DLC one. It's called like Ikushi or something like that.
Okay.
So here we go. Right. So because I've just liberated the entire area of Izuhara, which is the whole bottom half. So that's basically every town, like every little farm, every town that's taken over by the Mongols, you have to liberate it. Like, so kill the Mongols, free the people, all that sort of shit, right? All that sort of stuff. Because what happens is if you free the towns and farms and that, people move back into them.
Yeah.
Like the Japanese, like they move back. So next time you go over, like it's just loads of people in it, like
my people,
your people, like all your Japanese.
I figured that's what would happen.
Like travelers, and because they're all in camps. I don't know if you've ever been to a camp yet. But the Golden Temple's similar. See how you see all like the refugees? That's what it's like. Like all the people that are from different villages, and they're all just there because they've not got anywhere to go. So it's like that. But you'll also find like camps out in the wilderness where it's like just a small set of tents and just people, just like they're just refugees, like out in the wilderness.
Okay.
Because they've been fucked out of their city, mate. Like do you know what I mean? They've been thrown out. Like so. That's Izuhara's the bottom half.
Okay.
And then you've got Toyotama, and you've got Kamiagata, right? So they're the two top halves, right? But let me tell you, because there's basically trophies. It's like liberate 8 occupied areas in Toyotama, and then liberate all the Toyotama areas, and then same with Kamiagata and Izuhara, right? So like you get trophies like Hero of the People and all that sort of shit, right? But there's also an island which I've only just hit today, right? And it's called Iki Island. So basically, So I've gone to this town, right? Not to ruin the story much because you'll see it.
Yeah, don't do it too much.
But I'm walking along, right? I'm trying to go to this bit on the top half of the island because I'm now got into Act 2 and that opens up the other half, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm trying to go along this bit, right? And I'm like, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, came to this town and people are just screaming and crying randomly, like in the middle of the thing. So you have to go up and speak to them. And it's like they're like dazed, like they're like confused, like as if they're being like brainwashed or something.
Mm-hmm.
And they're like screaming as if people are still attacking them and all that. And your guy's like, what's happening here? And there's a different tribe of Mongols.
Right.
And they've got a shaman. I don't know if you know what that is.
I know
Basically,
what
like,
it is.
yeah, so basically like back then it would be like a medicinal wizard, like Ken, like, and basically then you get attacked by them. And he like sings these chants and it makes your guy kind of like, what the fuck? Like, but the people, all these men, like he'll stand up on the hill and all these men can then attack, kind of like the attack, like they stop and one attacks at a time.
Yeah.
It's not like that, mate.
All right. Okay.
They attack like that, like,
right, okay.
and you can't dodge them, mate. Like they're so fast. Nothing's parryable. Everything attacks at once.
Mm-hmm.
So like sometimes you've got two guys swinging at you at one go, and you can't actually get round them. And even if you do get round them, they're like 10 times faster. So if you dodge and then go for a slice, he'll block it.
Right. Okay.
And you're like, it's like a normal one. Like, and you're like, how the fuck that? So I've been using the throwing knife to try and daze them and then hit them and all that.
Right.
But like, mate, you honestly get attacked by about 20 of them. And you're
Right,
like,
okay.
shit, like how the fuck did I get round this? But if you kill the shaman, they'll then de-level, right?
Okay.
But they're a different tribe from this Genghis Khan's grandson.
Mm-hmm.
So they get run by some other woman.
Right.
But it then allows you to go off, you can get on your boat and go to this other island and figure out what's going on. But I've not I've tried to stick to the island I'm on to try and do that bit of the story first.
Right. Okay. Honestly,
amazing.
So far it's been great. I enjoy the combat a lot.
Yeah,
but
combat's
it's like,
great.
There's no shooting or anything like that. It's just so much
Yeah,
different than
it's
what I'm
nice.
used to, and I really enjoy the whole like sword thing and all that. Right, sword fights and shit. But I like it when you do the standoffs, and
Awesome.
it's really cool. And I also I got mauled by a bear at one point, but then I was going through the woods on my horse, and I seen like two people
Fighting
with a bear.
Mate, cool
and
as hell.
they both got wiped out. I jumped off the horse. I was like, I'm gonna fuck this bear up this time, right? So I'm like, I came round, it's running towards me, and I'm like, fuck, what'd that do, right? But I became really, really good at dodging stuff, and the bear was the challenge because that thing is constantly coming up. Can the wee red thing?
I think they do a triple or a quadruple red
Aye, mate, it's just
before
constant.
they turn to run.
It's constant, right? So I was like shit, but I dodged every single swing that the bear.
You fought the
came at.
pigs yet?
Not yet, but wait there, right? So I seen the pigs. I seen them. I did see them, but they ran away. But I seen the bear, and honestly, I dodged every single thing, and I got like one hit here. Then I had to dodge like 8 times. Then I got another hit, dodging a wee bit. Then I'm kind of like that. And eventually, I took the bear down, and I was looking in the bottom screen, bottom of my corner of the screen, and I was like, surely I'll get a fucking achievement for that. Didn't I get one?
Nah, you kill bears all the time, mate.
What? But honestly, I enjoyed that. I enjoy the standoffs. And graphics are fucking
Visually, it's a
really
very nice looking game.
like in the colours.
You like
So nice.
so we were talking about black and greys the other day, like black and greys as in the backgrounds and things like that,
Yeah.
right? So do you notice it's quite bright and just colours everywhere, right?
I know what I didn't notice, right, is when I was in daytime and I was walking up a hill, and the sun was like the sky, and the sun was coming through through the trees. One thing I did notice was the light shafts going through the branches, which was really
it's
nice.
lovely. Yeah,
Lovely
yeah,
touch. The other thing I noticed is how it's so bloomy. Like the light is so like, bright, and I was like, this actually looks very realistic because
I know.
You look up at the sky or whatever, and it just looks so blown out, but in a nice way though. And then all the rest of the stuff is like so colourful.
Do you know what you'll like?
And all that, and I was like, "This is lovely."
You'll like when you go up to Act 2. This, and I didn't realise this till I went to Act 2 and just started exploring. It's realistic because not everywhere would look like that, even in one place.
Right.
Right. So like you go to Act 2 and it actually, and I only just realised this as well, it follows on to the story.
Right.
So your guy's going down a darker path.
Mm-hmm.
The background of the visuals are now darker.
Mm-hmm.
So like up in Act 2, it's twice as bad. There's
Mhm.
cities burnt down. There's folk fucking beheaded on like plaques in the middle of the like wilderness. You're in more of a swamp-like area.
Right.
One half is more of a swamp-like area. So there's a lot of like wooden things built, but there's like broken bits of wood, and it's like really, really visually nice. A lot of blacks. The weather's a lot worse. Like I've noticed consistently, the weather's worse. So like it's raining. It's dark, gloomy.
Yeah.
Very gloomy. But it's actually like it matches what I'm doing. Like my guy's darkening as a story, as a character,
well thought
following the story, right?
Very
So
well
like at the start, you're just a young samurai. You're trying to redeem your uncle, this and that. But as you obviously go on, you're killing all these guys, and it's taking you down a darker path. It's actually the story is following the glue, like the visuals are following the glue.
I will say one thing that this game made me so. I've always wanted, so I don't have an OLED monitor, right? I've got a gaming monitor, which is, for those of you who are techie, an IPS panel, which is the best you can get, like underneath an OLED, right? It's a good monitor. It's fast. It's got a good resolution and all that. Colors are really nice. HDR, all the rest of it, right? But so I've always wanted an OLED one because when you look at something that's dark or black or whatever on the screen. Literally, there's no backlight. Nothing's backlit. It's just, it looks as if the thing's just turned off. Like it's like your phone, like the new iPhone. It's like exactly like that. Do you know what I mean? Literally. And I always I've been meaning to get one, but I've just kind of been like, I could get one, but do I justify it just now?
Have you got in and it's really going to pop off it?
The only thing I could thought of was editing videos and photos and stuff like that. And obviously, all the games are going to just look incredibly better. And the color's better and all the rest of it, right? But if I was going to buy one, it'd be the Samsung Odyssey G9, which is the massive ultra wide angle 49-inch monitor. It's basically like my two 27s put together. It's the same size, right? It's about $1,000 for that monitor, brand new. So when I played this game, because it starts off really dark at the start,
it's lovely.
All I could see in the fucking screen was the light around me, and I had to actually put the blind down on my window, so I'm just in the darkness. But even at that, I kept seeing like the blue backlight from the panel, from the actual screen. So even though it was black, the sections looked backlit, and you could see a wee bit of the. Do you know what I mean? The pixels.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I've got because I'm on a telly.
I know. So when I was watching the cutscenes and I was like, this looks great, but certain bits I can't actually see because the darkness is that much that I can't.
You need to sit in like a dark room.
There's so much. Not even that. It's just even though I was, because I was, as soon as the blind goes down, the room's black. But it's because the screen, the type of screen that it is, it was so dark that it was the backlit of it was coming through, and I was like, fucking hell, like what way do I need to look to see this? And then that's what started making me think, like, if I had a fucking OLED, none of this shit would be an issue.
It would just be nice and.
So I think that's
your next.
That's the next upgrade I'm going to be looking at for the station through there.
Because I've got a Samsung telly, so mine's a QLED.
Yeah.
And I don't notice much of that.
I don't remember what this TV is. I'm pretty sure that's an OLED, but I'm not sure. I can't remember.
Yeah.
Because it looks pretty good on that telly. It's a Samsung.
That's the only lucky thing with having a telly, because they tend to be QLEDs.
The only difference is with tellies though is they don't have as fast a refresh rate. Like their size is great and all that, right? But I've learned eventually the difference between gaming monitors, and TV screens, because TV screens aren't as fast and as clear as the gaming monitors, for example. You see, I've got 3 monitors right there.
But that's because obviously it's a small.
No, that's just resolution.
Have you got more pixels in one spot? Have you not?
Yeah, so that's just resolution, right? So basically, my TV through here is 4K. Right, which is good for the size of it. It's a 75 inch. It's a good resolution for that, right? That's fine.
Mine's only like a 60.
Yeah. So, whereas I've got 3 screens through there plugged into my computer, right? 2 of them are just HD 1080s, right? Because I didn't need all 3 to be gaming. I just need one to be the main one
to play on.
Exactly. One of them, the main one, is so they're all 27 inch.
Yep.
The main one is a 27. It's a quad HD. So it's the 2560 by 1440
Yeah.
So it's double
Yeah.
the HD quad, right? And it's a 240 hertz refresh rate.
Mm-hmm.
The HD ones, the regular screens that I've got, they're only 60, and
Yes.
they're so see like what it does basically. It's a measure of speed at which the screen refreshes its pixels.
Yeah.
I believe. So like whenever I hover the mouse around on the shite screens, you see less of that mouse. It cuts like a bigger like point in between, right?
Yeah.
Whereas if I hover the mouse on the good screen, you'll see so many of them. Like they're just constantly kind of like because it just refreshes that fast. And it's basically I noticed the difference immediately as soon as I played a game on it. I was like, "Fucking hell, this is incredible!"
Yeah.
Because everything just moves so much smoother. There's no cutting or anything like that.
That's what you want. You want it to just be smooth.
It's so nice because when I built my computer, I was like, "It's a fucking crime to play that computer on a 1080 fucking screen, 60 quid screen." So I bought a screen as well, and I was like, "What a difference!" Like you could not go back to a normal screen after that. So going back to TVs, yes, the smaller a screen is, then the bigger the resolution is, the crispier it looks, right?
Yes.
But on a 27-inch screen, there's no point going 4K because it's that small that it's just pointless. Because a quad HD, basically half of 4K, is good enough. Like it's
I guess
really
when you're 49.
on a 49, it's a 5K screen, right?
Uh-huh.
But because it's so wide, it's 1440 up the way because it's still the same size up the way as my screens.
But it's
twice my screen's wide.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's 5,000 something across, but it's incredible quality. And it's 240 refresh rate.
You get 8K tellies now.
You do, aye, yep.
Mm-hmm.
But that's what I'm saying. You can get tellies that are as fast and are as good and all the rest of it, right? But they cost fucking thousands.
I looked at an 8K telly once. It was about 12 grand.
Yeah. So I was in Curry's the other day, and they were literally tellies there for 8 grand.
8, 9,
that
10,
were like
12 grand.
Yeah, that were like the spec on which you would would match that.
What was it? I get the feeling it was a 99-inch telly. 8K Samsung, I think it was.
Right.
And I'm sure it was about 12 or 13 grand.
Easily.
Which was frightening.
It is. I was literally just in Curry's the other day there, and I was looking at tellies just out of curiosity. I'm not going to buy one, but I was just looking at one.
Clear as anything, though.
Oh, mate, it was ridiculous. I was like, holy shit. Right? And then I seen one, and it was like 4 grand or something. It was just a regular 4K telly, but it was a QLED one. Some sort of LG or something like that. And I was like, fucking hell.
I'm a Samsung area, like that. I think I'd move off a Samsung.
That's like me. So that TV's a Samsung, and my gaming screen that I bought is also a Samsung.
I don't think I'd move off a Samsung.
The big wide angle one that I'm going to buy,
Samsung
as well.
Yeah.
They've got real good technology.
Really good technology.
The only thing about OLED that put me off was the fact, so you get something called screen burning or pixel burning or something like that. What it is basically is when, for example, if you've got your taskbar on your computer, right? That's always on the screen. That's always on the screen.
Yeah, I've heard about that.
What happens after a while...
I thought they got rid of that, though.
They did, and they've got measures in place to prevent it now, like refreshing and all that kind of stuff, right? But what used to happen was if there was like something that was like a white something, like for example your Windows logo on the wee start button, like after a while, let's say you made your taskbar like what I've got, which it hides away if you don't need it. Like if you don't scroll over it, it hides away. You would faintly see the wee white bits because it would be burnt into the screen. And you can't get rid of that. But so that used to put me off. But now
I heard they fixed that.
They did. They have measures now, which is like Samsung one, for example. It's got like pixel cleaning or something like that, and you just select it and it just wipes the whole screen, kind of like resets
every
it or whatever,
X, Y, and Z,
something like that. Yeah, and it prevents it or whatever. But even if you do get pixel burn, you just send it back and you get a new one or whatever.
I think it's covered now. Like,
you
don't worry about it at all.
It's a defect. It's considered a defect because it's not supposed to happen for a certain amount of time.
Ghost of Tsushima is a great game. It's so visually lovely. It was a great game.
What really struck me was when he does the flashback to his childhood when his uncle.
The colour. I know exactly what you're talking about.
With the red trees and all that. Oh,
I've just gone there.
Right.
In Act 2.
Right. Did you? Right. Okay.
At his castle. So you go up to his uncle's castle,
Okay.
right up the top of the map, right? And I literally walked into that tree bed and just went,
Mate, it's the colours.
lovely.
It's so saturated with colour, like it's just beautiful.
And the leaves are falling
Well,
from the tree. Oh.
what I like a lot as well is when you walk, the leaves like fly about around you, if that makes sense, like because you're disturbing them.
Have you noticed if you walk through the grass, he puts his wee hand out and just feels the
I
grass?
haven't noticed that, no.
So just if you walk, don't run.
Oh yeah, okay.
Just walk. And if you're walking through like long grass, he actively just puts his hand out and just feels the grass. See, and the grass bends under his hand, like it all folds under his hand.
See, I like wee details like that. I love wee things like that because it makes me look at this and go, they've put thought into that. They've they've took their time with it and stuff like that.
New one's coming out this year.
I've
got it in my wish list. I'll pre-order it when it comes out.
I cannot wait to see the graphics on that.
Well, the thing is, that was a PS4 game.
Ghost of
Tsushima, yeah.
Right, okay.
So it was a PS4 game. It was only brought out. It was just kind of like Grand Theft Auto. Like it just they didn't even do anything with it. They just re-brought it out on a PS5 and PC and all that. Like just like just have it again.
As you know, obviously, I'm very graphically inclined, right?
Really good for a PS4 game.
I'm obsessed with graphics, right? I like shit to look really fucking nice. Unless it's a game that's designed to look a certain way.
Well,
like
they've upscaled it a wee bit, obviously, but like
they must have, because when I put it on and I went straight to the settings to like put it all up. And
I think they'll have.
They had like the latest settings for like my graphics card, like NVIDIA DLSS and all that shit. Like that only came out like not even long ago. Like
they'll just update it probably.
Like, way after PS4 anyway. So they would have added stuff on. Yeah, but honestly, great.
The new one I think will be pretty.
I can't wait.
I think it'll be pretty. It's on a different island.
Right. Okay.
Full different place. So you like, I think it'll be because it's for this consoles, like the next gen stuff, like that we're on now. I think it'll be nice.
I'm gonna get Assassin's Creed just so I can see what
I've got it graphically. Pre-ordered. It's downloaded right now. Like I'm ready to play it. It comes out tomorrow. I'm buzzing. I will let everyone know.
I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna see if it's on the Game Pass, because if it's on the Game Pass, no problem.
Now I heard it was coming out on the PlayStation Plus and the Game Pass, but I just couldn't be arsed waiting.
Right.
So I just paid for it. But like, if it comes out, then great.
Comes out for us all tomorrow, so.
Literally. But I'll tell you what else I'll be playing. Space Marine.
Right.
It's slightly off your... Well, actually, Jordan says it's not actually a sci-fi game. It's like dark, grim or something like that.
Okay.
But to give you it's in the Warhammer universe, so there's a lot of lore in it, right? Lots of lore in it. Serious. So I've been playing Space Marines 2. This was one of my next platinums. Ghost of Tsushima is one, but I'm actually just enjoying playing Ghost of Tsushima. I'm not actively been like, I want to platinum this game. But I seem to be getting a lot of the trophies as I'm going anyway. So
that's definitely an enjoy game. Like
so I'm not concerned at how it's going. It's fine. Like I'm just plodding through it. It's fine. What I would say is Space Marines. It's they're great two games to have back off each other, because they're totally different from each other, but also both really fun and get me really into it. Space Marine's good because you can co-op the whole campaign, like with up to 3 people, because you're in a squad of 3. So like you're the main character who's Titus, and then if Jordan joins, he becomes the second character, and then if like someone else was to join, like it would be like the third. Like you'd have a team of 3. If they don't, they're just there, but it's just they're just AI or whatever. Computer. And like bots,
bots.
And Space
NPCs.
Marine, yes, NPCs. Space Marine, so it's quite clever they've done it. So it's a campaign. You're going onto the world, and each it's like military teams, but you're all going on to different like missions. One of you is going away doing this, one of you is going away and doing that. So your whole campaign is Titus and his team going through all these missions, fighting fucking aliens and bosses and all that shit, right? You finish the campaign, which my only gripe is it was slightly short for me, personally. Okay. I would have liked it to be a wee bit longer, but I think it's because I'm on like Ghost of Tsushima, which is massive.
Well, I've just finished
46 hours deep.
Finished Dredge in like 11 hours.
Yeah, so that's a wee bit short. But then you've got, you finish the campaign, which gives you the story, but then you have what's called operations, which are basically what the other squadron or squadrons were doing while you were doing your mission.
Right.
So you're not Titus, you're the other squad. So like one squad might be going down and they'd be like cover fire over the wall while they guys are away planting the bomb. So then you play as the other squadron.
Okay. So it's
Do you know
like
what I'm
in
saying?
GTA 5 when you're like playing
Aye.
as one character and
Aye.
you switch to the other one and you watch them do their thing, but you're guarding them or whatever.
Ken, like, and it's so like Franklin's away, he's planting the bomb and
So
blah
you
blah.
switch
Like,
to Trevor as he's shooting everybody.
literally, so the operations mode is the missions. It's like the campaign again, but you're doing a different full fucking mission, and you're a different guy.
Right. Okay.
Right, and it's actually class, but you can choose your classes and all that and that, so you can level up classes. So there's like 6 or 8 classes, and you can level them up, and each one has different weapons, different sort of shit. Like, so I choose all the big heavy guns because that's just like obviously, right, big fucking sledgehammer and that. So obviously, and jetpacks and shit like that. So obviously, I've been playing a lot of that. Aliens, fucking whatever, and you're just mashing. It's just fucking everywhere, like whatever. Jordan's more tactical than me,
of course.
Obviously,
he always is.
Obviously, currently my guy's just looks like a knight. He's got a big shield and he's got a big giant fist.
Of course, you've got a shield.
Big giant fist.
Right.
That's what his weapon is. It's called power fist.
Power fist.
So you can stand in one fist this size and one fist this size.
Right.
So you just like, so I'm just fuck off, fuck off. That's how I feel when I'm playing it.
Right. Okay.
Like cunts are running at you, your run move. You sprint, your run move is a Superman punch, just a fuck off.
That's what I feel like when I'm playing Ghost of Tsushima, because I'm constantly like, I actually actively find myself shouting at the screen like, take that, fuck, boom,
prick,
boom,
fuck off.
Slashing people.
Because I can do standoff now and Ghost of Tsushima 5 people.
Right.
In one.
Right.
So like, dead one, next guy, fuck off. Hands everywhere.
I like shooting the bow. That's pretty cool.
Bow is cool, mate.
Bow is cool.
I just got a wee blow dart gun.
Right.
Cool.
That is pretty cool.
It is cool. Poisons people, eh? But
poisons,
like,
right?
Aye, poison darts. That's what you get. But it's like same sort of aiming.
Okay.
Like you aim the same way.
Right. Okay.
But you get smoke bombs on it as well.
Right.
I actually don't use a lot of that stuff, but I probably should. I use the throwing knives loads.
Right.
Because they're so quick to throw. So like you literally can be mid combo and you just like and
with other hands.
You don't. So it doesn't always kill someone because it depends where you hit them. So sometimes it hits them in the leg and it just sort of staggers them. But if you're quite like if you've caught them at the right time, you throw 3 at once or whatever, and if you catch them at the right time, you can literally catch 3 in the throat. 3 guys dead, 1 go.
Perfect.
Dead instant. So like you've took 3 guys out plus you're mashing. So
I love the sword. The sword's cool.
Space Marine is such a good game, mate. Honestly, it's genuinely such a good game. Me and Jordan have been playing it. The only thing is, I'm trophy hunting it. Some of the trophies are challenging.
Right. Okay.
It's a slightly more challenging game. One of them's kill 41,000 enemies. Right? Doesn't sound bad when you first start playing it because you're mashing people to bits. Like, swarms of folk, and you're just mashing them to death. You're like, God, I'm going to get through 41,000, no problem. I actually think I think I finished the campaign and I'd done 7% of 41,000. And I was actually
you got stats to tell you?
My trophy thing tells you what percentage you are through the thing. So I kind of did the maths and I was like, okay. So I've killed maybe like 3,000 enemies. I'm like...
Because it might look like a lot, but it's like zombies. Like you shoot so... Like,
how many do you think you're killing, eh?
Let's say you're playing like 30, 40 rounds of zombies, right? And you're like...
You must have killed 20,000 enemies.
20 million.
Right? But you come out and you're like 2,000.
And or not even. Like 1,400 is the average sort of...
And you're like, Jesus. And
you're like, oh, is that it? Like,
what? Or like even on payday, you're mashing folk to death.
That's right.
I come out with good scores.
Yeah.
But even then, I feel like I've killed 3 times.
It's always like 150, 160 enemies killed or something, right? But in the game, there's so many bodies everywhere. You're like
most I've had was probably just over 300 and that. But it felt on the day, it felt like I'd killed 1,000.
Aye.
And I'd killed like 300.
It does look a lot until you check the scoreboard and you're like, right.
So Space Marine, that is going to be a grind, eh?
Yeah.
Like 41,000 enemies. Good thing is it's over so it's over single player campaign, operations mode, and multiplayer. Like,
mate, regardless of that, it's still going to be an absolute grind.
It is. So that's what I said to Jordan. I says, the best thing I can do here is try and mop up as much of the trophies as possible, level up all the characters, because that's one of the trophies, like to level up each character to level 25, which is the max level. And I think my knight guy is like level 10 at the moment, right? Yeah. And I've only played maybe 3 or 4.
And as you go along, you're going to obviously...
So you're obviously going to build it up, right? Yeah. So I'm going to just try and do everything else, level them all up, get all the shit, because you can customize all their armor and everything. Like, everything is customizable. It's cool, like... we do colour schemes. Me and Jordan's colour schemes the same and all that. Looks class. So like if some random jumps in the game, they're like, these guys are from the same joint, right? So like we put like skulls and all on our hands and that. But like I think if I've done everything else and I've got all the collectibles, everything, and then I kind of go into the trophies, like, right, all I've got is the 41,000 left. Can at least if I was up maybe like 20k, then I'm like, right, okay. So all I've now got to worry about is going into missions and just mashing. Like, don't worry about doing any of this, don't worry about doing any of that. Just literally go in and just smash folk until I get to 41,000. Like, I could actually just play it myself and just go in and smash folk, like constant. Because that's the only way you're going to get to a max. And I'll need to put hours in. Like, I think Jordan's even done it.
Right.
Jordan's only done 77% here or something.
Okay.
And he's done 100 hours on it.
That's mad.
And he kills a lot of guys. Like in comparison to me.
Yeah, of course.
Jordan's
which is surprising to be fair, because usually Jordan's
a well shooter. Like
he's a tactical one.
Aye, but he's just good. Like he's just really good.
Right. Okay.
So it's been good. On another plus side, I'll just add just another thing. I watched a film recently, just while I was thinking about mashing things. I watched a film recently, and if anyone gets a chance to watch this, it's class. It's called The Gorge.
Right.
Okay. It's got Miles Teller in it. Love him as an actor. He's brilliant. Can't remember what the girl's name is, but I've seen her in loads of things. She's quite good. The Gorge, right? This takes a turn for the worse. I'll not ruin the film. I won't ruin the film because I actually want people to watch it.
I don't tell us the story.
But I'll give you the trailer.
All right.
Roughly. Literally, he's like a Marine or something, ex-Marine, living like in that life where he's came out of the Marines and he's like a sniper and he's came out of the Marines and he's like just a loner now. Doesn't really get involved.
Yep.
So he gets brought in by this military task force or whatever. And they're like, yo, like, we have a job for you if you want to do it. And he's like, right, cool. Yeah, okay. So he goes to do it, right? And he's basically one of the best snipers in the world or something. So he's like, okay. And there's basically I can't even remember where it is, but it's basically on the line of say it was like two big countries that are not friends. Like what do you call it? The border. Right? There's a big massive hole in the ground. A big gorge.
Okay.
Huge. Right? And it's like a hole, but it doesn't go forever. It's just like you can see it visually, but it'd be massive. As far as I can see. They've barbed wired the whole way around the hole. 2 barracks or 2 watchtowers on each side. Right? One each side. Miniguns the whole way around the hole. Like automatic sentry turrets.
Okay.
The whole way around the hole, right? He's like, what's the script to this? The guy that's there is the guy that's been watching it. You watch it for 1 year. Right? You've got to stay on your side. There's someone from the other nation on the other side. You're not allowed to communicate with them whatsoever. Okay? So it hits a girl. He's on one side. He's American. Right? And basically he's like, what's the mission? And they're like, nothing comes out of the gorge.
Okay.
And he's like, well, what's in the gorge? And he's like,
don't worry about it.
He's like, we call them I can't remember, hollow men or something. He's basically the guy's basically it's like the pit, it's basically the entrance to hell. That's what he calls it, right? It turns out there's a lot more in it than that, but that's what he calls it, right? He's like, shit's going to come out of here. Kill it. He's like, kill it. He's like, it might not be every night. It might not be wet. He's like, fucking shoot it. Do not let it get out.
Yep.
Do not let it get out. Right? So he's like, okay. Kind of weird, because he's not been briefed anything else. He's like, you've got supplies here. Go around. Make sure everyone's loaded up. Make sure there's ammo and everything. Make sure everyone's working.
Right.
Radio in every 30 days. We'll see you in 12 months.
He just stays in that hut?
Stays in the hut.
Right.
No communication with anyone.
Right, okay.
Right? Stays in the hut. She's probably far enough away where you could see her through binoculars, but not you could see her shape, but you wouldn't see do you know what I mean? You'd have to look through binoculars to visually see her. And obviously you can't communicate with them or whoever the other person is, but you only get the job for a year.
Right.
So his predecessor's now away, her predecessor's now away, they've given you the shit, but they're armed on it, they give you loads of guns, all that shit, right? So then he's curious, so he wants to know what the fuck's inside the god, but you don't, on these types of missions, you don't get all the info. It's just do the fucking job.
Yeah,
and then he ask any questions about it, but he's just a wee bit more curious in that.
Right.
So I'm sure he goes about 4 months and nothing happens. I'm sure it's been nothing. I'm sure it's 4 months, nothing. So this guy's just sitting, he's just can drinking his moonshine like pure on his wee chair, like what the fuck's going on here? Like, and then one night it's like, I'm sure it just goes mental, like the wee alarm goes off and he's like, fuck, like, and it's honestly, mate, just swarms of guns. He's got to shoot them all on that.
Right.
She's shooting from her side, he's shooting from his side.
Right.
They've got big miniguns like that. They can shoot each other's sides if they're climbing up the wall on her side or his side.
Yeah.
Mate, it's actually amazing.
It does sound cool. I'm going to give it a watch this week because it sounds class.
It's on Apple TV, but you'll get on something else. But honestly, I'd recommend everyone to watch it. He's actually a good actor. I actually have a lot of time for watching him. Mate.
Yeah.
He's good. Everything he's in a.
It does sound like an interesting one. So
no,
I'll check it
very
out this
good,
week,
bro.
And I'll come back to you on that next week.
You won't, but let's see.
Well, we'll see.
let's try him.
I will try.
Okay. Well, that's us, guys. It's been a good. It's actually felt good because it's the sun.
I know. I don't feel tired or anything like that. Usually, I'm just like, right, bedtime.
It's because it's dark, but see now because we're coming into the spring, it's
and
nice,
also,
man.
We've done it like a couple hours earlier as well than usual as well.
We have, yeah.
That's another thing.
We have, yeah. So that's always nice.
But it's lovely. It's going to get to the stage though in the summer that it's like bright until 10 o'clock at night, so it's going to be fine.
I actually just like the light and the sun.
Also, I'm going to tell you guys quickly a wee insight from what we've been talking about as well. We've flirted with the idea of doing the podcast outside with like a fire pit and all that, like, you know, like a nice wee outdoor. Yeah. But obviously when it gets a bit warmer.
We need it to be warmer, obviously, probably not a lot of wind.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Like a day like this would be perfect.
Yeah. It's sunny, so that we
nice and sunny.
Didn't get uncomfortably cold.
But it'll be like evening, fire pit on, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So it'll look cool. But yeah, listen, thank you very much for watching, and we will catch you on the next one.
Yeah, catch us. Peace.